Hi everyone, it's Shirley Farrar from Encouragement on Fire. I am excited to be with you today. Now, at the end of me talking with you, I am going to show you how, and I'm going to show you a glimpse of it, we built this hothouse today. It's exciting because my mom and we did a project together, and we started with an old dog's cage, and instead of throwing it out, we were able to utilize it and to make a hothouse because we're going to be growing vegetables as we showed you in our little hothouse in the house. And the wonderful thing about it is, in the the latter of this session today, you're going to see the process. So someone cutting their grass right now. You're going to see the process of Wednesday, 3 days after we actually planted the seeds. And if you're unfamiliar with that, go back to our previous session so you can see us when we were potting them. But it took 3 days. You're going to see the cycle of that. And then you're going to see 3 more days later, like each of the processes of how it started to progress. And when I tell you, I'm excited because I no longer, have a, as they say, people have a green thumb. I now have a green thumb. I'm actually able to grow some things. And when I get fruit, that's going to be the most exciting thing, when I actually am able to show you the produce itself. So be encouraged. And a lot of these different things like peas and string beans, we're going to be freezing them. So we may have a surplus. We're going to be freezing them, putting them away, but also canning those vegetables and the fruits, as well as we're possibly going to be giving them to our neighbors, and maybe even at our yard sales that we're going to be having throughout the summer, we'll be giving away many. Or if people want to give a donation to the nonprofit, they're welcome to do that. But we probably be giving them away. I'm just excited because I'm actually able this year. When I was a little girl, we did a lot of planning. My parents, we grew up in a small little town, in New Jersey, and my parents, half of their yard was a garden, and so we learned how to garden. I learned as a young child, and that has never left me. And so this is the best opportunity after going through a health scare, a matter, life or death, after many people in my family going through different processes, and just being able to say, what, it's good to get back to nature. It's good to get back to the roots of what we are doing. I think that's really important. And having that opportunity, having the knowledge to be able to do these things, it's so rewarding. And so I want you, like I said, to follow this video to see what I've actually been able to put my hands to. Many times this is the month of May, 2024. We're in this process right now, mental health awareness. And, we've been talking in previous podcasts on how you have to find something that can help you in your process, something that can restore your mind, something that can give you peace. And sometimes we have to get rid of the stress. How do you do that? Some people go boxing, some people exercise, right? And there's some people like myself, gardening. I didn't know it until I started this. It took my mom and I about 2 hours to do what we needed to do, and to do this hothouse today. But it was well worth it. And now, between tonight and tomorrow, we're going to take those small pots, the ones that we planted, and we're going to place them in larger pots, and then we're going to put them in the actual hothouse. So I'm going to video that as well for you at a later time, so you can see this progress. And as the fruit grows on these trees and they get larger, I'm going to share that with you, share that experience. Maybe we'll even make some items. Maybe we'll make some food, some fruit dishes with them. We'll make some preserves. Whatever the process is, I think it'll be great between us as we're moving towards our next session, our next podcast. Now, I want you to be mindful that our next podcast, I'm interviewing a young woman who had cancer, and she changed everything, her eating. She changed all these different things in her inner circle, everything. And her name is Tanya Hall, and she's a local of New Jersey. And she's in human resources. She's a friend of mine. She's in HR, and you're going to see her testimony unpacked as we're in that interview process in our next podcast. And that podcast is number 90. So I'm excited. You guys, I'm so excited. Everything is just progressing so nicely. And, I have to say to you that, even in all of this, does that mean that I haven't had stress in my life? Does that mean that there hasn't been something going on, that would cause grief or cause distress or something? No, that doesn't mean any of those things. Like, your life is perfect. No. What why I'm doing this is that you will find out what is it that you need to do to de-stress. What do you need to do to continue with good health? Not only in eating right, but exercising and, get rid of all the things that bother you each and every day. This shirt, as you can see, this is one of my my shirts, the Conqueror, more than a conqueror. Now, I'm telling you, just because you're more than a conqueror, does that mean that you won't have issues? No, because you have to conquer. You have to conquer whatever it is that's going on in your life. And you have to take the time to figure out what that is and how. How do you do that? How do you do that? Because everyone's situation is different. If you're more than a conqueror, you're going to be more than a conqueror in your own life. And you have to figure out, how do I overcome mental health, right? I go see my doctor. I do the instructions my doctor has for me, right? Some people, they may take another route. They go and exercise. They go on marathons, things of that nature. There's someone else that, every day you get up in the morning and you just run. Whatever it is that you need to do. If you're a person like myself, you plant food and you give it out to your neighbors and you give it out to friends and family and people that you love. There's some people even at my job that I know of, and I'm saying hello. They have chickens, right? That I remember last Christmas, they gave me some chicken eggs. I thought that was really nice. A lot of times you don't always have to go out and buy items for people just to say, I'm thinking of you or I care for you, but just take some items out of your garden or take some flowers that you've grown or, some things that you've done with your own two hands. It's nothing quite like it. It's nothing quite like it. I remember when my family, when we would garden, we would give away a percentage of what we made, whether it was to family or other people. How many of us are doing that? We give to our places of worship and our nonprofits in the community, right? We give our money away. But how many of us, with our own two hands, we serve, at the community faith-based place, right? How many of us are the gifts that we've been given? How many of us are doing that? It's nothing quite like hard work. The reward that comes from hard work. There's nothing quite like it. Nothing quite like it. So I hope that you enjoy the next, I think it's 4 minutes of the process that I went through with my mom, because I didn't do this by myself. I needed somebody with me. So my mom helped out, and actually my husband helped out too. What he did was he made sure that the pavers underneath of the hot house were there. So he cleared that area, put the pavers underneath of that, and then we all put the old dog cage on top, and then my mom and I, we took it from there. You're just going to see the wonderful process of what we did, okay? All right, then I want you to enjoy the next 4 minutes, or I think it's 3 minutes and some seconds, and then I will talk to you right after that, okay? All right, bye-bye. Today is Saturday, the day before a week that we began. And look at this. It's crazy. I can't even put the top back on because they are that tall. We're getting ready to transfer them to some bigger pots so we can start having some vegetables and wonderful things that we planted. Everybody, as you can see, we are about to start the project for the little greenhouse, the hothouse, and you can see it. We are on the side of the property. We got everything in place, and here we go. Everybody, so as you can see, my mom and I have gotten she's still there, see her there, we just now got the cage top on. As you can see, that's the chicken wire. And so we had to tie it all the way around. And remember, this was not originally a hothouse, but we took the dog's old cage, and we are, we're using it for something different, and recycling it instead of throwing it out, right? So we are literally doing that. We sealed everything. So I will show you the next phase soon. All right, so we just put the top on there. As you can see, I had to cut around it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do the sides today. We may not have enough plastic. We may have to go back and get more. But as you can see, it is a work in progress, and we are making it happen. All right, everybody. You see my mom taking a real rest there. All right. But as you can see, you know I'm out of breath. We did the hothouse. We wrapped the old dog cage. And as you can see, we still have the planters inside. And so everything is nice and neat. And we're getting ready to go to the store to get anchors to make sure that if there is a little storm or something blowing, that they're anchored. We put small anchors at the bottom, but we don't believe that that's enough. As you can see them, they're black and silver. We're going to try to get the long ones and do that. But as you can see, we have accomplished what we needed accomplished, and so we're gonna eat more vegetables and organically. So I'm gonna come back for our session. I gotta clean up just for a moment, and then we can have a conversation about some of the plants, and perhaps we're gonna talk about how to repot them, because we have to do that too, Mom. We got to put some soil in there. We got a lot going on, you guys, but we're having some fun. Talk to you soon. Break. Yes, I got to take a water break. All right, bye-bye. Oh my goodness, it is hot in here. I'm gonna get the temperature and see how hot it is. Oh my goodness, it is burning up. These plants are going to be growing very, very quickly. I am positive that as fast as they were growing in the hothouse and inside the house, it's going to grow even more so out here. We'll make sure they have plenty of water. So everyone, so now you've seen the video of the process of what we did earlier today with the hothouse, and I hope that you truly enjoyed it, because my mom and I, we had a ball. So I am getting ready to prepare for the rest of the evening, and I have a few things I have to do for tomorrow. I actually have a medical procedure I have to do tomorrow, so make sure you pray for me. But all will be well. I've already prayed about it. So I hope to see all of you at the next podcast when we are talking to Miss Tanya Hall of New Jersey. And I will talk to you soon. All right, Shirley Farrar. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.